Hey guys, what's up? It's Kaya, also known as Mermaid in Mesopotamia. So I am in a study room. I have like 30 minutes left. I'm trying to get this video done um to let you guys know what's going on. And basically to speak up about what has been done to me for years. So I wanted to make sure I was off Wi-Fi, put it on airplane mode while I record my videos because of the electronic harassment that I am going through. So I want to talk about what's happened, why I've been gone, what has gone on. I think you guys all know they hacked my channel. Um, I mentioned before already they went as far as to lie and say I had cavities. They implanted my teeth so that they could cause me pain remotely, like severe pain. I've lost a lot of weight from not even being able to eat because of what they've done to my teeth. Um, Destroying, because that's what Nazis do. They destroy perfectly good teeth of, and I already mentioned that. But anyways, this has gone on since I was a child that I have been targeted. And so recently, I know I made my last videos. I did try to start another channel and I lost the password. They keep changing my passwords. They're doing a lot to hack my channel. So I ended up getting on the Continental Divide Trail, trying to get away from this nonsense, from the fact that these people have been actively working to try to sex traffic me, try to human traffic me, all different kinds of attacks and assaults, Havana syndrome. And I decided, okay, well, I'll just walk away, go into nature. It's interesting because this card's kind of sitting right here. So I got out there, everything was good, other than the fact that these planes just would not stop flying over my head. They're using different kind of screeching sounds. This is definitely my family that is tied up with the Air Force, tied up with the military, that constantly has these people stalking and follow me, as well as it is the state of Colorado. So trying to make this video as short as possible. Go ahead and drink the water. So after I got on this continental bike trail, there were days I went without food. I just stayed as strong as I could and tried to just keep going, keep going, keep going. But it was very difficult trying to hunt while you're trying to move, trying to, um, it just was pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, I decided, okay, I'm gonna just get rid of my cell phone because every phone they hack cut up all my credit cards, everything, just got rid of everything because it's like they've done everything to make sure that I have no food, I don't have the things I need, and that I don't have a home. So the hacking of my YouTube began, I strongly believe that it is the Church of Christ, which my father is connected to. This woman named Bobby Dale Ancona had approached me for a personal read. Um, I don't know. She's connected to some. I think she was kept forwarding me some other tarot card reader. I can't remember her name or whatever, but kept showing me her videos or something. And yeah, so this Bobby Dale Ancona, I guess I trusted to look at some attachments she had sent me so I could psychically examine some photos. So later on, I strongly believe that was what was used to hack my channel. This one was in Louisiana, actually, which I should have really paid attention to because that's where my father is from. So my father started to target the fact that I was doing tarot. He told me that he does not accept me doing tarot. It's not of God, it's of Satan. But there's a lot of secrets within my family, and it has taken me years. I've had a whole life stolen from me due to my family. I've spoken about my family before, and every single time that I speak about my family or I put them on blast or I go no contact with them or if there's any argument, they will really have people gang stalk me. They hide their money, they are definitely involved with some kind of criminal enterprise for sure, and definitely connected to the government or something. I have no idea. This is just a shady government sector, but I strongly do believe that there are people that want me to have justice for what was done to me, which I'm about to go ahead and explain what was done to me and my brother. So I grew up in an extremely dysfunctional home. Um, I grew up in Culver City, and then I went to school in Santa Monica. And my mother wanted to put us in like a good school, but at home we were being severely abused. So my father was very abusive. He would yell, scream. He would like make us very scared. He was a very scary type of man, and it would just be scary. But there were times that like, before my family started fighting and all the dysfunction started, we did go to church, and like, we my mother and father always raised me to have God in my life. But what happened was things started to break down in my family. So my mother was working and my father was not working at a time. He used to work at a grocery store, but there was a time he was out of work. When he was out of work, he was drinking. My father always drank. It was always beer. My whole father's family drink. They're from Louisiana. They're from the South. That's like a Southern thing. Like it's a big thing drinking, just sitting up drinking all day. So that they drink a lot. And, you know, always they'd always have alcohol, and then us as kids we'd always call like, hey, can I get a sip, like whatever, because this is what we grew up around, that's what we'd always see. So yeah, so my dad would watch sports, drink. We were home with him all day. He was babysitting us while my mother worked. Now one day my father, this is really hard because it's something, it's this is it's so humiliating. So one day my father, he would always yell. He would always even with math, like if he was helping me with homework and I couldn't figure out the math, he would just scream, like yell, like basically never. Very, very, very stubborn, very, very angry man. So no matter what I did, it was like I was walking on eggshells. Same with my brother. Like, same, like you could just do something wrong. You could say something wrong. You could breathe wrong. And my father would be on you. So basically, I was playing with the dog one day. I don't know. I was just sitting down playing with the dog and just, on the carpet playing with the dog. And next thing I know, my dad's just screaming at me. He's just yelling at me like I did something wrong with the way I was playing with the dog. What are you doing? What? And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? I'm not doing anything. We're just playing. There was nothing wrong that we're doing. And it's the next thing I know, my father like picks me up. He takes me to the fridge, and I'm like all afraid, like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. And then there's a big 40 ounce in there, like a Miller beer, whatever. And I'm like, oh wow. So he brings it out and he's like, oh, hey, do you want a sip? And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, he's giving me a sip, like whatever. I kind of was like, hey, well, as a kid, it's like kind of like, as I said, like it's like, oh, okay, well, we see the adults doing it and want to try it. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take a sip. And then next thing I know, like he takes the beer, the bottle, and like just slugs it down the back of my throat where it's just going down like very fast. And I just remember after that, I felt so dizzy and so woozy. I felt like, wow, like really, it made me feel, I guess it got me drunk. And the next thing I know, he picks me up again, takes me into the bedroom, and that's when everything starts. And the door, he closed it. My brother was banging and banging, trying to get in and get me. And he couldn't do anything. My father threw me on the bed and basically was like, open your legs. Like that was something like, open your legs, open your legs. I'm going to teach you how to open your legs. Like it was just very traumatic. But the only thing about it is it was so traumatizing that everything just went black. Like it was like I almost went in a whole different world. Like something happened to my brain once he molested me. I don't know if I was hit with voodoo or what, but it just really changed my mind. Like, and that's when everything just became almost like a dream-like state. I think it's disassociation is what they call it. That's what I made that one video I had mentioned where I said, I strongly believe that these psychic gifts come from these traumas, from this kind of trauma. Um I don't know. Ever since then, it's like my brain just changed. So my father molested me. When he was done molesting me, I just remember feeling so much shame. I could not even explain how I felt. It was like my spirit broke. And I never was the same again. I remember going after that, I just was like, what am I supposed to do? Like what? Like, And then my father was laying down in the bed. I remember him yelling at me and so angry. And he's like, "You tell anyone, I'll kill you. If you're going to tell someone that did this to you, you say that your uncle did it. You say your uncle Curry did it." And I remember actually later on saying that my uncle molested me, and that was my father that told me to do that. Basically made me do that because he didn't want to be known that he, like, basically it was like I was scared shitless. You're a child and you have an adult threatening to kill you that's way bigger than you if you speak about the fact that they molested you and stuff like that. So I remember after I was molested, after that, my father said he would kill me. So I just remember going into my bed. I just stared at the ceiling and then I opened my legs. I would just be in a dress and I would do that all the time where I'll just lay on the bed, I'll just stare at the ceiling, and just like open my legs and just stare at the ceiling. And it was like I was just, when you zone out, it's like that, like you're just in a whole dream world. Like, and I know that when I'd go in these different I don't know explain, disassociative state is what I want to say. That's probably the real term. Um, it would be like I was in a whole different world. Like it was really weird. I remember having a lot of vivid dreams, a lot of stuff. But I know my father was involved in witchcraft and voodoo as well, with the kinds of stuff that will go on in the house. Like, I mean, very scary stuff at night, very bad nightmares and stuff like that. Um, so then there was the day that my friend came over. My friend came over one day. I had a good friend in school, and it was so nice to have a friend because I was so shy because I was abused so bad by my parents. And I was so shy, and I had this friend, her name was Allie, and I remember her finally coming over to my house. She actually had a really nice house in Santa Monica, like she had a two-story house, and I remember always being like, "Oh my God, it's so nice." Like I loved her house because her house was big, her parents didn't fight, it wasn't dysfunctional, it was clean, there were no roaches, there was none of any of the stuff that would go on at my house, and I felt safe there. And like, so one day she came over to my house and actually we had fun. She liked it. It was good. Like we were hanging out and stuff. And then next thing I know, somehow I go outside. Somehow I don't know how, but my father and mother, like they worked to, I think my mother was home. I think, I don't know. I don't remember, but somehow they worked to get me outside. And I was outside for a while doing something. And then next thing I know, I came in. I think maybe I was out there, maybe a span of, I don't know how long, but a while in the backyard. I come in from the backyard. I come into the room, and the next thing I know, I see my friend Allie, and my friend Allie's crying. She's scared. She's like this. She was like this, and she was crying. Like she was all bundled up, and she was just in the corner of the bunk bed. And I'm like, "What's wrong? Like, what happened? I don't understand." And she just started crying. She wouldn't tell me what happened. And then next thing I know, she said she couldn't like come over to my house anymore. And then it was like she changed towards me. Like now she was like mean towards me. It was almost like, so if my father molested her, he definitely put like a spirit onto her to get her to attack me and now become like an abusive friend. Because I remember her becoming very like mean towards me, changing. It was basically like an abusive friendship. And that was all done by my father. Next was my father molesting my brother. So now my brother was the victim of the molestation because one day we're home alone once again. My mother's not there. And next thing I know, my dad's locking my brother in the bathroom with him. And there was a lock on that bathroom door. I remember just banging that door so fucking much the same way that my brother did for me, trying to get me away from my pedophile father. I banged on that fucking door. I tried to unlock it as much as I could. And I just, after a while, it's just like you give up. And I know he humiliated my brother and did a lot of damage to my brother. And my brother has a lot of the same damage that I have, but it's worse for a male because a male can't really like come forward as easily as a female, and especially the humiliation of your own father molesting you. So, one thing that I do know is I know that my mother would always say that, like, your father has always said that you're not allowed to be left alone with your grandfather. So my mother knew that there was molestation and incest within that family. She knew it because my father had told her, don't you ever leave those kids alone with Leroy, with my grandfather. The crazy thing about it all is that my father's a Christian, part of the Church of Christ. So, my whole life, this molestation affected me. I ended up, I was 300 pounds at a point, trying to eat to protect myself and gain weight so that like nobody could ever pick me up and rape me or fucking sexually assault me again. So, my parents ended up breaking up. My family became dysfunctional. I believe my mother knew that my father molested me, and for my whole life, she's had a disdain towards me, a hatred towards me. Just she physically abused me so bad. They worked to get me suicidal, and then when I was 13, they worked to label me bipolar, and to say that I had bipolar because my father had bipolar, say that I was bipolar when I never did any. It was just out of control how far they went to now put this label on me. And now that label that was put on me at 13 from the abuse of my family, and my grandmother was also a big part of it because she had worked within trying to be a therapist, whatever. So she'd been through a lot of abuse. There's abuse on both sides of my family. And she had tried to become a therapist, worked to become a therapist because she wanted to help others that been through the same thing, whatever. But she worked to have me labeled bipolar. So now at 13, I was labeled that. Now that has followed me all the way till age 33. Now, I am 33 this year. They have made this whole year a nightmare, just like they did 2022 when they had worked to harass, stalk me nonstop until I finally physically put my hands on somebody for the first time in my life. And then they worked to put me in jail for 9 months, give me 2 years of probation, which I now still am suffering. I'm being held hostage in this state. We'll get more into that in a second, though. So basically, through my life, I hadn't had much contact with my father. I lived with a very controlling mother, very, very abusive, extremely abusive. Later on, I ended up finally at 28, getting away from my mother. My mother and my grandmother, like, and my father, they have wanted us to live with them forever, basically. I left when I was 28. Finally, I got the courage to finally leave, to just drive in my vehicle, pack my stuff, and go be homeless to get away from this abuse. Um, so I got away, finally created a better life for myself in Colorado. I try to create a better life for myself, and then they began to stalk me. So my family began to start to stalk me. My father began to start to stalk me. And this has been being done very covertly. They have connections. They have people that are following me from California and from other states repeatedly using this like military grade technology. My father's lied to me about being in the military. He wears hats that say like retired Army, Air Force hats, and then he says he's not part of the Air Force. He's lied a lot. Um, Whole families lied about their money. They've hidden money from me as well. I know that my grandmother is rich. They all play poor, and they have hidden I'm getting like thousands of dollars that they have hidden, and as well as they have stolen from me. So, I got away from my family. Every single time that I block my family or go no contact, this gang stalking really increases. So, the start of my hacking started in October 2023. Actually, they let me get my check for my birthday for my YouTube. I was able to get paid. Then they started to decrease my money, like basically like 200 each month, decrease it all the way down to 300 when I really had the views. I had so many views, and they hacked it. That was my father doing that. So basically, they drove me That's all goals to try to drive someone to where they can't live in society, harass them nonstop. And that's where I got on the Continental Bike Trail. So I decided to get off the trail because I had no more food. I could not survive. I couldn't make it. I had no help. I had no way to really hunt due to the wind was kind of hard. It's hard. It's hard when you don't have a gun to hunt. I don't know. And I don't have it. I'm pretty skilled outdoors, but I'm not like expert. I'm pretty good, but I'm not expert. So I got off there and then ended up getting in contact with my father because I didn't know what else to do. I have no help. They have worked to isolate me, and they have worked through this YouTube channel to stop me from being able to contact with many of you guys, to have contact with you guys, being able to reach you guys and talk to you guys. They have worked to manipulate, to completely destroy me having communication with anyone who could help me. They had hacked my Cash App, which is why I only have $40 to my name right now. I wish I could make a Cash App and ask for help, but what they did was they started making me feel guilty for asking for help. They were stealing all of the Cash App money and diverting the funds. My father, I'm pretty sure, had gotten it all. So I got in contact with my father again, and basically, it just was the same old thing, usually with an abuser, where they're nice, in the beginning, and then they start showing their true colors again. My father started becoming abusive once again, just talking to me any kind of way, really abusive, just like my mother. And that's how they do, is they just talk down to me, um, nonstop. And basically, my father told me what's been going on. He told me that he has pancreatic cancer. That was a shock to me, but not really a shock due to the fact that my father had been drinking my whole life. Um, Before I had left California, when I became homeless and stopped living with my mother, I actually did get in contact with him again and I tried to let go the fact that he molested me, because of the fact that I know his father molested him. I know that that's why he did it to me. Just like a parent that abuses, and the abuse is generational abuse. So I just decided, okay, well, he's still my parent. I need to help. So I lived with him for a little while, but his drinking was out of control. He would not stop drinking, would not stop hard liquor. And then one day I just got fed up. It was like he'd wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning and start talking about my mother, and and I'm just like, dude, I can't live like this. So I ended up having to move. That's when I moved and packed all my stuff and moved to Colorado. Um, just got in my car, old ass car, drove 2 hours, time, and yeah. So my father kept begging me to come home, come back, come back, come back, but he would not stop drinking, would not stop. He wants me to go to college, but never ever try to help any of that. Financially, my father has never provided for us at all. Um, Basically, it's something involving child support. My mother got a child support check, but I honestly never saw anything. I never got a chance to go to college, neither did my brother. Our futures have been basically destroyed. So basically, what led up to so my father, I guess, was diagnosed with cancer in October of 2023. That's the same month that the hacking on my YouTube channel began, when they started to steal my money. A lot of evil stuff has been done. These people have tried to sacrifice me. They have poisoned my food. I mean, I could speak for hours on what has been done to me, but the main thing is that my father started to text me recently, started to really become aggressive towards me, and he said, "You know what? I'm not going to help," because he's been helping. Because the thing is, he's worked to hack and steal all my stuff and financially control, manipulate me. So he's like, "I'm not going to help you anymore unless you take back what you said about me molesting you." Because in my 20s, before I'd left California, I did let him know, "I know you look, you molested me." I just said what he did. And he's like, "No, I did not." He denied it, but he knows what he did. So now he had decided to bring that up to me in text messages. Like, basically, I'm a liar. I need to take back what I said about him molesting me, and that I'm Satan for not doing that, and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I started to ignore it, and then he started to bring it up. He keeps bringing up the text message. So I strongly believe that my father. I mean, I already psychically pretty much know there is a real God that really is doing something to my father. My father believes that a child should be abused. He told me basically like you need to obey your parents. You need that's what my father believes. So basically like my parents believe I should still have a relationship with them where they still think they can abuse me as an adult. They are following me around and tracking me. I've let my father know to stop doing that. I am a grown adult. You are not to follow me. You are not to track me. His brother is a part of the Jehovah's Witness. They have had Jehovah's Witnesses stalking me as well as the Church of Christ. They have gotten on this channel. They have told me that this is not of God, all of this shit. So, this is the harassment that has shut down my channel. These people really are not of God. You're about to find out how flipped this is. You are going to find out that all of these people are going to hell. They are all being judged. So basically, what is going on is my father is still hacking my phone. Once this started to come out where my father started to just attack me out of nowhere, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go back to tarot. He told me that if I did tarot again, that he would cut off helping me. He would cut off all the relationship or whatever like that, but it's always an abusive relationship where my father's trying to control me. He's trying to control what jobs I work. He said I deserved my YouTube shutdown because what I was doing was not of God. He said I deserved my money hacked, all of this stuff. Very, very, very evil stuff. And the thing about it is I know God shows me a lot, and I know that He was involved in this hacking of and taking down my channel and stealing all of my money. And the thing about it is, he's gone through my phone now because it's like I posted a tarot read, and once you guys all kind of saw that read, I have that read now that has like 8.6 views, and now I guess somehow he leaves me a voicemail and he's like yelling. He's like, better not be doing back to the same old bullshit doing it. So that's how I know that my father's already going through my phone. He has sent me multiple attachments to my phone, multiple accounts he's using to harass me and stalk me. And the crazy thing about it is to see that somebody is still doing this when they have cancer, to stalk their own child, to focus on their own child like all day. So now what my father's been doing is with this chemo or whatever, he's getting chemo, and every time he gets it, I guess it makes him really sick. And then he finds this as a way to attack me in some kind of way. This is what's been going on for the past like 2 months. And it's basically as though he wants me to feel sorry for something that he caused himself. He did not want to stop drinking. I tried to go ahead and try to have a positive, healthy relationship with my father. He refused to stop drinking, but no matter what, it never would have been a healthy relationship because he's a pedophile. But I tried to see if there was something that could heal him or help him, because I guess that's just when you have a good heart. It's kind of like the empathy in me where I know that for someone to do all this stuff, they must have a lot of damage, a lot of like pain and shit that they have been through. So um I really don't know what to do. um I kind of was actually gonna wait till my father died to start doing tarot again, but at this point, you know what, I don't really give a fuck. I'm not getting paid. Like I said, I have $40 to my name right now. I've lost weight, yes, because I have starved. I've had to starve because my money has been taken. They were so angry to see me looking good, to see like now they've got my skin broken out. They got me eating food that's making me very sick, cup of noodles and stuff like that. And they were so angry of how good my hair was looking, eating like eating the raw meat diet. I guess that really pissed them off or whatever. Like my family's against that. They're against like drinking milk. They're against like I'm the complete opposite of everything of my family. Now, another reason also what's triggering my father to attack me is because so My father's been attacking me because I refuse to join the Church of Christ. He doesn't want me joining any other church. He's like, this is the only church. It's just by Christ, whatever. And so I've been attacked because I'm not going to church. He's also attacked me because of the fact that he wants me to go to college. He wants me to go and do exactly what he wants me to do. He wants me to work as a caregiver. He wants me to work what he wants me. And when I don't want to do what he wants me to do, he attacks me. So I let him know I'm not voting for Kamala. I am not voting for Kamala. And he has been like, you know what? I'm not going to basically disown it. Like, kind of like, okay, well, you're supporting a racist or whatever like that. It's like, I'm not. I just know Colorado was normal before Biden got in office and I had a good life here. I actually got to see what America was like. California, everything has been Californicated here now. And now I'm going through the same terror that I went through in that state that I escaped. I got away from that. My mother had like shit clicking off the windows and walls, whatever kind of energy I was getting hit with. They're doing it all here again. And then trying to say that I am crazy. So I was born into a cult, and my father is part of a cult. This cult is making him feel that he is superior. It is making him, he is completely brainwashed. He feels as though like this cult, this Church of Christ is going to heal the fact that, first of all, he is a child that's homeless due to his failure, due to his failure to provide and to keep on drinking, keep on spending his money luxuriously on himself and never provide for his child. He let me know he didn't want me. My mother also let me know that too. So my mother said that I most likely was switched up in a hospital. I never was her kid. My father has said that basically he never wanted me. My mother just got pregnant with me to trap him, and he was on his way to leaving her and going to college. So basically, I was never wanted by either parent. They don't want me. Every single time that I deal with my parents, they show their disdain and hatred for me. They're very jealous of me. They're extremely jealous of my natural lifestyle and the fact that I'm living outdoors, I'm happy. They feel like I'm living luxuriously. I guess maybe because it's like, oh, I'm camping by a lake, and how dare I while they have to go work or whatever. But my father's not working right now. My mother's not working. So basically what they've done is they've labeled me bipolar. They got me on disability. Because if I do try to work, they harass the hell out of me. They will nonstop work to, and like I said, every time that I make a certain amount of money and save it, which every time I save and get my work, I save my whole paycheck. I don't really spend much money on myself. So every time I save up, $3,000 is where they get the alert. Okay, we got to get her locked up. We got to. So every time that I've tried to save for a home, they have prevented it. They have worked to stop. They have worked to destroy it. They have worked to prevent me from having a home because they have wanted me to move back home. My father has had all of these people gang stalk me, all of them. And then he's saying like, well, this is your fault. You should have came back home. You should have came back home, and this is your problem, and you didn't want to come back home, and this is why you're out there being stalked and being harassed. But all these people have California plates, are coming from California and stuff like that. So what I mostly need right now is protection. I need guidance. I need help. I basically need an angel. I need a way that I can get in contact with you guys, away from this manipulation, away from my father, away from this, because this is so far of how these people are being protected. I've tried to contact Sava, sexual assault victims advocate here in Fort Collins. They've turned me away. Also, the one in Greeley, they will not let me speak to a therapist to try to get the counseling that I need for this incest. Ever since my father molested me, I've had vaginal issues. I've had problems like throughout my whole life, throughout my whole entire life. Basically, if I do try to be intimate with a man, it's painful, it's uncomfortable. It just makes me uncomfortable. I've ended up in situations where my father has sent men towards me to harm me, and to try to use me in different kinds of things. So like I really need help. Um, they told me that because I was molested in California, that I would have to contact that police department, because now I'm at a point where like I do want to actually possibly take legal action because of the fact that they will not stop stalking me. They will not leave me alone. They will not stop stalking my cell phone and have worked to steal my funds, like actually hack my accounts. I think that like I really need help. I need legal help, and this has not come in yet. I've not had a miracle come in at all yet. Like I basically need an attorney who can help clear up my case and clear up my name of the things that have been done to me. I need a dentist also that can remove these implants that have been put in my mouth illegally. They teased me about it on here. I know that there are a couple people that saw everything I posted of the threats because they were getting bold with their threats, but they hacked it. They went back and hacked and deleted all of it. So basically just to make it look like I'm crazy. So I don't know how much more time I have left. It's just been since I've been a child, my whole family trying to sacrifice me since I'm a child, and there has never been any miracle or any. I know that there has to be a true God that really is there, and now that's why my father has cancer. Like my father's getting fucked up. But the one thing my father is doing, as I said, is every time he's getting these treatments now, there is something being done to attack me. Same thing with my grandmother. Like when I would talk, my grandmother ended up getting some kidney issue. I remember talking to her on the phone. She was trying to transfer that to my kidney because next thing I know, I started to get a lot of pain in my kidney. I felt like I had a kidney infection. I had to go to the ER, all kind of stuff. Now my father, there's something being done here where every time my father has chemo, he is really sending people to harass and stalk me. He is hitting me with something to make me very sick. I have been actually being hit in my pancreas. They are trying to see if they can cause me cancer. They are trying to see if they can take me out and if they can give me this illness. So I have had diarrhea the past days. I keep on repeatedly getting sick every single time that my father mentions he has chemo and oh I'm sick and I'm this, I'm fatigued, I'm this and that. But it's all his own doing. You keep on trying to sacrifice somebody who has done absolutely nothing to you. On top of molesting me, you have went ahead, you have stolen everything from me, and I don't even understand how someone can be so sick and so addicted to being evil. The sickest thing for me is the fact that Colorado and California both protect pedophiles. They do not help victims. They do not help victims at all because this Colorado is also a big area of these secret societies and these cults. In this Church of Christ, all these churches that are involved in molesting children. So this is my testimony of this cult. And the interesting thing was when I was doing these reads before they really destroyed my channel, I kept having the Church of Christ popping up into my read where those I kind of remember a lot of them about shit about this Church of Christ. So that's what's happened to me. Trying not to cry again. I'm trying not to. I don't know how much more. It's just constantly like my whole life, when you're barely surviving because of everything that they've done to me and my money. There is no real like human trafficking source I could get in contact with. I'm trying to get in contact with Rain. I'm trying to get help because the thing about it is I am not going to be stalked for the rest of my life. And I know one of the big reasons why my father is sick. Why the truth is the true God is really trying to take these devils out. But the thing is like they are so desperate on staying in this realm. It's like they just keep on living when they're already supposed to just be gone. Now I know people are saying, "Oh, I'm speaking against my parents. I'm speaking death upon my parents." But my own parents have tried to sacrifice me. You don't understand. I've been poisoned. I had a grandmother take me out to dinner on my birthday to a Ruth Chris steakhouse. Like, because that's what a narcissist will do. They'll give you a real expensive, fancy dinner to fucking poison you. Put me in the hospital. I was sick for so freaking long. And in the hospital, I was tortured. I have had so much done to me. And I just want to know when am I gonna get a happy ending? When is this gonna end? So, most of this is just standing up for myself. It's taking a lot of courage to put this video out here to say what's been done to me and to stand my ground. My whole life, my parents have worked to try to force me to be a Democrat, and I just never have been. I never have been. But the truth is, really, honestly, I'm not on like any side. But my father and my mother have been very supportive of these illegal aliens. And when I speak up about it, they attack me. And they say I'm wrong, I'm in the wrong, this and that, and all of that. They're okay with it. And that's the biggest, that is one of the biggest issues with me. And they're okay with a lot of things that I don't agree with. And my mother actually voted for me last election through the mail for Biden. I did not want my vote going towards Biden. I did not. I have been controlled my whole entire life. I have been abused my whole entire life. I have been stalked. I've been gang stalked my whole entire life. I've been tracked, and I just don't understand. But that's what's going on, guys. So, I'm really, really trying to figure out what to do. My phone is so hacked. I got to reset it and try to see how I can feel it. Even then, it doesn't even work, which is why I got rid of the phone in the first place. Why I got rid of everything to get away from all of this. So, like, it's almost like I need an underground railroad. It's like I said, like, Biden has made these racists like really, really comfortable in America and really comfortable for coming out. He's brought us back to the 1800s, so where they want to auction slaves off. And my father supports slavery along with something with the Bible. I don't know. He brings it up. The crazy thing about it is my mother and father have really expressed their disdain for blacks, and they have shown it really to me this year like true colors. Like, I am being telepathically called like nigger monkey over and over and over. And it's my father, it's my mother, it's my grandmother. And the thing about it is they would speak all about being black their whole life, like black, especially my mother's side, how black they are, this and that. And the truth about it is, I don't even know what the fuck this is or what these people are. And what kind of psyop this is, what kind of bodysuit these motherfuckers got on collective. I have no idea who these people are. But I know that they are very racist. I know that this church is part of the KKK that my father is with. I know my father hates blacks. I know it. I know that this family is not my bloodline. These are some Ethiopians or whatever. These are North Africans. There's some kind of African that's involved in trying to enslave my people. So that's my story. Spent 40 minutes, 43 minutes. Damn. Still not the whole story, but it's a lot. It's just what's currently going on. So just know, collective, take this story and know here, don't ever let somebody ever try to make you go back on the truth or try to make you lie or say or anything like that. Always stand in the truth. These people may try to kill me. They may try to sacrifice me. Ever since I mentioned that my father had molested me is when my gang stalking began. Ever since I spoke about it. That's the year they tried to sacrifice me. Actually, was the day I first finally spoke about it in my 20s. I've been silenced for years. It's insane. So always speak up. Be strong. Don't give up. I'm trying as hard as I can not to give up. I'm trying not to, but if they do, like I said, they have been trying to sacrifice me for years. If they achieve sacrificing me, you know, it just is insane. But I just hope that things change. I really just hope they do. And I know that it's fall time right now. So I feel like fall, like, I have hope that there is going to be a change. So that's what's going on. Last night at 10 o'clock at night, I'm in a parking lot just trying to sleep, empty parking lot. They send somebody. So they start sending people at night. They'll send the people 24, 7 hours a day when I'm not speaking to my father or any of my family, especially my father. So yeah, so I really need help to be able to get out of this state. I need a real attorney. My father's gone as far as to tell this public defender or whatever. I have no idea, to go ahead and ask me if I'm taking my meds and stuff like that, shit like that. This public defender actually had got me a really bad deal. She has fucked me over. She is why basically I will never ever see my family again. But I guess it was meant to be that way anyways, because they abused me and molested me. If I go back, it's just like fake. It's just like a fake love. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this with you no more. The fake love is over. I know your disdain for me. I know the disdain this whole family has for me. I know the hatred. I know you try to make me an experiment and have gotten paid and have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off of the harm of your own child. But the thing is, I know I'm not your child anyways. Yeah, I don't ain't my family. I don't know who the fuck you all is. I have no idea. But I know that I'm going to keep trusting in the Most High. The Most High is bringing you judgment. This is the last warning for this family, for anybody who is involved in hacking my shit. You will die. You have already been warned. The Most High will always step in. He has got my back because I've had his back. And the thing is, he may not work as strong as the devil, as this devil, how this devil is able to do all this evil shit. He may not work, but he is still fucking these people up because these motherfuckers is getting cancer now. Yeah. And the reason why this is happening is because these people have been trying since 2016 to cause me cancer using radiation, using various different means. And my father has been a part of this energy weapon testing and along with all this shit. And now look, now he has cancer. Now all of these people are getting cancer who thought it was so funny to go ahead and hit me with radiation. Return to sender 1,000 fold. It's that simple. And then everyone who is involved in hacking my channel, every single one of these people is getting fucked up. They got family members that is dying. They's getting diagnosed with terminal illnesses and all kinds of shit. Because you keep on trying to fuck with somebody's life, fuck with somebody's money, fuck with somebody's survival, and now you have gotten fucked up. This is your last warning. Repent. You all need to motherfucking repent, but you still refuse to repent. You still refuse to do the right thing. Your judgment is coming within the next 2 fucking months. So it really is up to you. And I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just keep on living. I'm gonna keep on being happy. I'm gonna keep on being high vibing. As much as this devil tries to destroy my peace, my sanity, everything. Can't fucking break me. So that is the story. That is what has gone on. Luckily, I've been able to be in the study room a little longer to be able to post this all. Thank you all so much who have listened to me. Like I said, I do want to make an email. I do want to make a Cash App, but this phone is compromised. So look out for me if I do lose this channel, if they do hack this channel. Just I'll try to find you guys. I will try to look out for you guys. I do remember some of you guys' tarot names. If you're a tarot card reader or whatever, I do remember tarot names. So I will try to go ahead and see if I can find you. Or, you guys all found me. Thankfully, I posted a react and all. You guys found me, but that's good. I'm glad you guys found me. So, yeah, so that is the update. I'm going to be MIA for a little while because this stalking is really out of control. I told my father straight up, I'm not taking back what I said. You did what you did. You know what you did, and the thing about it is my father is facing that with God. That's why he is bringing that up. This is something here that these people have to face with God. Instead of my family doing the right thing and going back, putting all the money back they stole, going back and saying that this mental illness they put on me is false, they refuse to repent, they refuse to do the right thing. And that's why they're all getting cancer, they're all getting destroyed. All of them. And it's just gonna keep on happening. They're gonna keep suffering. So they're going as far as they can to try to say that I'm like crazy or whatever. Do the same shit. I'm not even doing anything. I'm minding my own business. So my father's going and telling everybody I'm crazy, telling them I'm off my meds. Some just complete nonsense. And that's the thing about an abuser, about a narcissist. They will commit all these crimes and then they'll make you look like you're crazy, gaslight you, this. So this is what's been done to me, y'all. And it's crazy. But other than that, like I said, look out for me. I might try to get on TikTok. I'm trying to get a way that he is not gonna hack my shit. I need to just completely start over again. Completely start over. Just completely start like I gotta get a whole new phone, basically, is how bad the phone gets hacked. So that's the story. That's what's going on. I love y'all so much. And thank you so much for rocking with me, for being here. I love y'all, and I'll try to get in contact with y'all as soon as possible. I'll try to post again, but right now I gotta try to get somewhere for my safety because this is now back to the same bullshit, the same nonsense. So yeah. That, love you guys. Bye.